David here from One Safe Step. I do simple safety solutions. Now, in this episode, this video, I'd like to speak about the human side of safety. So what it is, we come across a lot of varied people in the life of a safety professional when you're doing courses, so when you're doing inductions, when you're just talking to people out in the field. There's a lot of people out there who've got a lot of different personalities, I should say. So what you are really becoming, or what I've sort of become, is really a safety guidance person. That's what it is. So there's someone who's a mentor to people, someone who's a guide to people, someone who's a teacher to people. Now, there are a lot of people, men, women out there who can't spell, they can't write properly, they haven't had a good education, they don't interpret things well. So it's a matter of varying your style in regard to those people. Now, there's one situation I came across where there was a chap, an older chap. He was obviously not very well educated, sat right at the back of anywhere, didn't join in any conversations very much at all. And so I got to know him quite well. And I said, well, what is it? He said, well, I dig really good holes in the ground. I'm very proud of how I dig holes in the ground, but nobody wants to know that. And I said, well, they might, that's a skill that you have got. He said, well, that's the only skill I've got. Well, that's a good skill. So I was on the site one day and I saw him digging a hole. I came over and said, I brought another bloke over and said, look at this bloke. He's a fantastic hole digger. He digs a perfectly straight hole, perfectly round hole, perfectly square hole, perfectly straight. And he takes a lot of pride. And the bloke said, yeah, it's a very nice hole. I said, well, do you know how to dig a hole like that? He goes, no. I said, well, I said to Bill, I don't know what his name was, we'll call him Bill. He said, Bill, if you could teach this bloke how to dig a beautiful hole like that, that'd be a great thing. So he sort of lit up and said, well, yeah, I can do that for him, no worries at all. So I left him, Bill and this bloke, who was showing him how to dig this hole. I went there a few weeks later and here was this other bloke who Bill taught digging his hole. He was digging a beautifully straight, square hole down there. He took pride in doing that hole. He told me, thanks for doing that. Thanks for showing me that. That's some skill I didn't know. I went to see Bill and I said, how'd you go, Bill? He said, look, that was really good. That's fantastic. I now know that I have a skill which I can teach people. It's made me feel a lot better within myself in regard to doing that. So it's a matter of a pride in what they do and pride in what you do as well too, because a lot of the times I've taken to my heart that if they don't understand something, it's my fault not explaining it properly. So it's not really, it's their fault all the time. You look at yourself sometimes and think, well, I'm not perfect. Nobody is, but everyone has a skill that they can give in regard to what they have, what they teach, and the things that they do. So, and that relates back, and if they're happy at work, they've got a skill that they can do, and they've got pride in what they do, well, then they'll be safer at work as well too, because they enjoy what they're doing. Okay, thank you.